death factories keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum.
10-minute staging phase has started. Axis may move. I missed that. Axis may move in their defense positions now. Allies stay at their MSPs and wait until we're live. I think he means like the opposite way around. The Axis are the ones attacking tonight, and the Allies are on the defense. I think he messed up a little bit. It's the Allies who are defending tonight, I believe. I think he missed that a little bit. Yeah, he did. He just confirmed it. It's the Allies. The Allies are on the attack tonight, and the Axis are on the defense. So we're going to here. These are... Oh, they've got the lights! They've got the little... The little lights. I forgot the mod. I had that. They got the little touch lights. This guy's dead. Okay. Okay. Look at the little flashlights. It's so cool. This is all part... If you're wondering what mod they're using the Realism Mod that was developed by the EUF group. That focuses on doing realism events, one life events, historical reenactments like we have seen tonight. There's a whole bunch of features that have gone into this mod. You've just seen the hand torches people get. They've added additional vehicles. They've changed the balance. Even the sway of the weapons and the recoil, if you're firing a rapid fire gun like the M1 Grand, even the recoil is greater. So it's all about adding that realism, adding more immersion, adding more of an authentic feel to the game, and I love it. I want to play in one of these matches. At some point, I want to play in one of these matches because everything about this mod I love. There's a lot of features in this mod that I would love to see actually in the base game and some changes to be made. Especially the addition of adding extra recoil and sway to your guns to make it more difficult to shoot. Obviously, is the it's just fantastic because at the moment it's too easy. I'm going to hide the screen now. I'm going to hide me. Well, actually, no, you know what? I'm going to leave myself on the screen. I don't care. I'm doing it tonight. I'm having fun tonight. I'm staying on the screen. I want you guys to see how enthusiastic I am tonight. And I'm also going to be talking to Mr. Pro, so it'll help to know which one of us is talking and which one isn't if I'm on the screen. So I haven't got the Discord overlay set up. So here are the Americans moving into position. So if you're wondering what is happening tonight, I will bring up the map briefly onto the screen. This is the map. This is the how the game is going to play it out. So in the D area, that is where the Germans will be starting. The Germans are attacking tonight. There is a 60-minute time limit. A 30-minute extra timer is added for every objective taken. So the Germans starting in D, they have to assault A, then B, and then C. If they take all objectives tonight, if they clear out the Americans and hold those areas, they win an overall victory. If they take 2 objectives tonight, then it will be decided upon who had the most lives left at the end of the event. If they only take 1 sector tonight, the Allies win. Now you're probably wondering how does all that add up? Well, tonight it is a 1 life event. All teams have the option to spawn in 3 times, and those respawn waves can be called by their team leader, their platoon commanders tonight. If I scroll down, you'll be able to see these rules. Here are the rules right here. There's the conditions, so you can see the 3 respawn waves, additionally 2 MSPs for both teams, 1 commander car, and 1 logic truck. I'm reading this at the side of myself at the same time. There are the victory conditions that I've just read out. Each side, the 3 respawn waves, the timer. There's also an extra additional list of rules. I'm not going to go into them. Basically, it's rules that change the loadout, what the classes are allowed to use tonight, what the teams are allowed to spawn in as equipment. There is a brief breakdown here if I go to the Allies. So this is what the Allies have available to them tonight in this event. So you can quickly see that there. So
Alvarez, what time will we be starting?
Smoke and all that stuff.
I know you said 10 minutes, but
this guy is ruining my intro.
When would be the time to start?
And there we have the
5 minutes
German
left
side as well.
5 minutes left? Okay, cool. And you see all the Allies. They're basically surrounding all these Germans that have to attack. It's going to be interesting getting out of this city for them.
Yeah, they have a kind of interesting tactic. They use a very open defense. They are spread all around the map, and I think they have planned to fall back after initial contact, and they have predefined several fallback positions.
Ah, very
So
good.
at the start, I think their goal is to slow down the enemy.
Yeah, that's very organized because even if there are gaps left in between the positions where they're defending, I feel like they will still be able to see them and shoot at them. So they won't necessarily be able to cross the gap just because there's no infantry right there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like this gap right here that you have Alvarez right here, like this house covers the whole gap, and then you have the other infantry on the other side of the road waiting for them. So even if they make it this far, it won't go very good for them.
Oh,
Yep,
also,
will of course be hard, and
we'll wait for
the
these guys to
Germans
finish.
don't have very good weapons in this scenario. They have mostly K98Ks and some MGs, and the allies have far superior firepower.
I
They have all
see.
M1 Garants and
I'm just
stuff.
gonna mute
Cool.
myself for a
I
second.
was looking that
Before I dive further into this, I want to say, if you're watching on YouTube, I know content has been a little bit slow, but remember to like, to subscribe, and if you want, leave a comment below. I'll also put in the descriptions links to how you can get involved into these events. But yeah, seriously, like, subscribe to the channel. There's more videos coming out. I'm planning to try and get more videos out as much as possible, especially post-scriptum related, and then other stuff in the future. But thank you for those who are supporting on YouTube. Much love. Now I'll undeafen again so we can hear everyone speaking.
So they can use quite a lot of artillery.
Alrighty, very good, very good. That'll be interesting how they use it because they also have only 3 waves each. So I hope they don't all get wiped by artillery.
That'll be funny. That'd lead to a short event.
That would. Good footage, but short event.
So there's a bunch of changes made in this mod, if I'm correct as well, such as, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that the weapons have had increased sway and recoil. Is that correct?
Correct. And there is no more zoom in. You know, when you usually hit shift to zoom in the regular game, that doesn't exist here.
See, this might be controversial, but I want that in the base game.
I mean, I think a lot of people want a lot of these realism features in the base game, so that's why this sort of realism mods have happened, and I agree that these features would really help at least a few of us that want a more realistic experience in Postscriptum.
Especially the increased recoil and sway of weapons. It's just going to increase the skill wise, and it'll also lead to more team cohesion because then you won't have lone manning as effective. You'll actually have to work with squads now because you can't just MP40 a whole squad from like 100 meters away. It's actually going to be a challenge.
I'm only taking a part in a couple of these events, actually, boots on ground. And also something else I like is the fact that there's only local voice. There's not really squad chat. So it is strongly encouraged for you to stick around your teammates or you literally feel lost. Like you can yell, you can say, hello, anybody's there. Nobody there to hear you unless you actually got teammates next to you. So that's a big encouragement for you to wanna be with your team.
100%. And they've just gone live, so let's see how long the first waves last, shall we? You're spectating the Allies tonight, aren't you? Oh no, you're the Germans tonight?
I am in the German side, yes.
Okay, so I'll hear the Allies come. I'll go fly over to the Allies.
Sounds good.
Okay, Bewegung, Achtung, Bewegung, Richtung Osten, 400 Meter. Hebel weitergeben an Lysander.
That's a great start for me here in the comms. I flew over to an Ion 9 squad and they're immediately talking German.
Beautiful.
300 meter. I understood that. Because you can see them just crossing down the road down there. Spotted by... The name pronunciations are going to begin.
Auf der Straße, auf der Straße. Ganzer Trupp auf der Straße
Jusico?
läuft Richtung Süden.
Zico?
Oh, sounds like the allies have already seen the Axis forces crossing the street in the east.
Yep. We've got an Ion 9 squad speaking a lot of German. I'm trying to translate it. But they have spotted a squad crossing across the road. They've got the binoculars out and they've got marksmen ready to take shots. They're just taking it easy at the moment.
Well, we got about 3 squads that are heading south. Seems like the bulk of the force is going down here.
Oh, my arm. And as Mr.
The allies currently try to call in mortar fire, but I think they will not be fast enough. The Axis are moving very quick to the south, and it looks like they want to cross the eastern, small bridge in the east.
I heard the first mortar fire.
And it's not the worst of ideas, to be honest, because the biggest defensive strength is located to the west. If they are somehow able to break to the south first, they might actually be able to get something going for themselves. And here come the mortars.
See, you think mortars bad are in a public game? Mortars are a whole nother level of nightmare in a one life event. Looks like that was just a test fire round with the smoke, and then here comes the proper rounds.
I think now the Axis mortars are firing at the southern bridge.
Ah. Oh, there's my favorite man, Eggman, leading the charge. There you go, Eggman.
Everybody on the German side is talking about these mortars. Even if it didn't hit them, it put the fear in them because they know that they somehow know, or like they know around the area where they're operating at the moment. Maybe it was a message.
100%. And we're on this is the modded map. This is a like a dawn map, I believe, on Grave. So all it takes is that one marksman, that wrong rifleman in a good position, camouflage, and that's a whole scope that can get wiped out. P. I don't know who Clan P is, but let's have a look here. We've got Wood. Ada 1. Isn't Ada 1 from Family Guy?
I love
Enrock?
this, the way they communicate. Somebody gives a command and the person behind repeats it, and the person behind repeats it again, and the person behind them repeats it again until everybody hears it, because there is no squad chat. And I love that.
Yep. That's the most important thing in this realism events. If not everyone repeats the orders, if you're in open formation, your squad will not.
Ooh, and we see some of the first engagements.
Zone Rip leads out.
Looks not too good for this 363. They're in very open ground. The allies have just ordered new mortar fire.
Yeah, they don't want to be stuck in this position for too long with those mortars. They already know they're pretty accurate. If they stay there for too long, they're going to get a full squat with just one round of mortar volley.
Indeed, I'm curious about this squad that is defending at the moment because they have enemies both on the north and the south. Oh no!
Oh no!
That was like a 6-man artillery hit.
Did I jinx it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I got 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, no, they're all gone.
Yep, that's the
3 artillery strikes, you guys. That was 3 shells, I think.
But this attack kind of worked for the Germans because now the allies are distracted, and if you look to the southeast, Sturm infantry is currently crossing the bridge in the south.
It was all part of the plan for the Germans.
yes, a willing sacrifice. Oh, here comes the mortars as well, and already
Oh no.
a triple kill.
But Alvarez does make a point. They are so focused on the south that there's one little squad sort of like sneaking in through the middle. Very rough on the Germans. Seems like they will have to call a respawn wave sooner than the Allies, having lost at least half of their forces here.
Yeah, and that initial squad that first did the engagement and pinned the 363 is now relocating. They're all gathering in one building together with a squad flanking from there. Would that be their north? But they've got themselves into a good, strong position there, so it's going to be hard to clear out those defenders.
Let's also remember that the Germans do have artillery as well. One good artillery strike on this house could get rid of a few defenders for them. Let's see if they smarten up and do call something like that.
I feel bad for the guys in the middle, man. I jinxed it. I shouldn't have said anything.
At least 3 defenders left east of a bridge of first objective.
I think the Allied commander called Smoke down to try to get a few kills there.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because that commander, the Allied commander, is under a lot of pressure. Only 3 men alive for that squad now. If the Allied commander goes down, that's going to be a big loss in communication and assets for the defenders.
Looks very good for the attackers right now, because the Allied forces in the northwest can't really move to reinforce the defensive point, because they have to keep a route open to retreat to the second sector in case the first one falls. So I think they will stay in the north and not support the defense.
Is there going to be a pause between every objective, or are we just going to keep rolling? Once the objective falls, we move on to the next one?
Yep, there's no pause.
Ah. So yeah, if the Allies get stuck on the back foot, they could be in a lot of trouble.
Those mortars are falling right on the Germans that have a little approach going in the middle of the town, and that's taking down 1 or 2.
Who are the Allied mortars? I swear, if they're RIP, they need to be banned from coming to events.
I think the heavy mortars are from IR9, and RIP does have a light mortar with them.
Okay. Oh yeah, we can see the mortar crew just going to the mortar crew here.
RIP is still in the northeast. They haven't engaged in any fights yet.
Just having a little picnic. Major got his binoculars, you know, he's trying to find that 4-leaf clover for good luck.
Somebody asking in chat about respawn waves. The Germans might be thinking about starting to call 1.
Yeah, that 1 artillery strike was devastating early on. They have gained a little bit of ground, but losing, what was that, a full squad and a half?
Yeah, Germans are not in a very good position at the moment. However, one small unit has flanked all the way to the south, first south, and seems to be getting through. And undetected so far.
That's Eggman leaving the charge. He'll find a way through.
Right now, one of the Allied infantry squads is moving back to the objective.
Do it again, Texan, and I'll give you permit. Say something in chat.
The Allied commander has fallen.
And the Germans have indeed called their first wave of respawn, and what will they do with it? Will they take it south again? Will they go north this time? Or will they come in and go west? We'll see.
You watch them get wiped? Yeah, it was pretty funny.
We already see defenders on the Allied side going to the south side to meet the 1 squad that snuck in, so they will have a hard time.
Yeah, it looks like they was trying to get towards their commander, try to reinforce their commander, but their commander has been overrun. Not quite sure what his dying cries were. They were all in German, so can't help there. Does anyone know German? Do we have a German translator in chat? Ich bin ich bin ja dead.
Kannst du,
Ja.
wenn du Bewegung siehst, mit dem Fernglas?
Ja, das macht.
I really feel bad for these people in the south in the storm because they have to cross this bridge and it's
Jetzt.
completely
Auf der
covered by R9.
Feuer frei.
You see this, Alvarez?
Feuer frei.
Yeah, I see it, but I think if they also have a squad in the northeast of the bridge and they have just opened fire, so if they distract them enough, the Germans
Chico.
could cross the bridge from the south.
Chico.
The allies on the northern side of the bridge are not in very good position right now. They're still very bunched up. If this is fallen models in their position, they will destroy them.
Oh.
No
Oh.
eyes on the southern side of the river right now.
Is that the 50 cal? The 30 cal firing? Ooh. I just saw the big 30 cal decimate 3 Germans in the road, then the mortars sandwiching them from behind. I feel real bad for the German attackers at this point.
But they do seem like they have made a decision and they're going south once again. A little more uncontested than last time.
Guck kurz rüber und die Granate rüber. Direkt an der Mauer könnten wir hocken.
Die anderen zurück. Aber es dauert noch.
I'm trying to get some cool shots, chat. For you, for me. Sato, was Sato the only one to survive that? Sato the only one to survive that? Linking back up with the 363 VD squad.
Looks like the defenders have just found out about the enemies on the southern side of the river.
I'm still to see good German artillery. I feel like that's what could help them break through here.
Oh, that's a big grenade.
Heavy German artillery.
Oh, so unfortunate. The second one.
Very nice grenades.
Those were some very big grenades there, and IR-9 is now pinned on the north side of the river. Grenades returned, though.
Yeah.
That's so unfortunate. That one grenade landed right
Strong
inside
arms to
the...
chuck them all the way across the river, you know?
True. Eggman got really unlucky. One of his grenades landed right in the little square concrete. Saved about 3 of the IL-9 squad.
I see.
Gut. Eigentlich möchte die
Also
Gruppe
eine
noch
Gruppe
nicht
ist gleich
aufgeben.
da.
Was ist gleich da?
Eine Gruppe kommt gleich.
Alles klar, dann halten wir.
Haben die Medic?
Die sind nordwestlich
Verstanden.
und südlich von uns.
Über Medic nichts bekannt.
Boba Fett and Shackle. Shackle, is he going to go for the revive? Is he a medic? He isn't.
Quiet before the storm. Here it comes.
Boba Fett trying to snipe a kill there, but he got hit by a little bit of small arm fire. He need to take care of his wounds now before he blows out. Philip with a grenade. Well placed grenade there by Philip. Takes down Boba Fett. Also lands just in front of Shackle. He goes down to about 15% health. He's going to bandage himself up though. No problem at all. Unless a second grenade lands on his head.
Partisans in the north are still firing at this hotel building where one of the allied infantry squads had their first position.
Yeah, unaware that the Iron 9 squad has actually moved out. But they're still doing a good job. They're pushing forward, putting pressure on the defenders, so... A little bit cautious in their speed, but nevertheless, they're still moving forward gradually.
Is P a clan or does that stand for public player?
It stands for partisans.
Partisans, okay.
Artisan.
It's a
They hate
small
the
German
party.
clan, but growing right now. I think they have like 20 active players right now.
I like it.
Start.
Achtung!
Nach rechts laufen.
Ja. Ah.
Lauf nach rechts, genau da ist das
Achtung.
Feuer. Weiter.
I love when I see team kills. That's the best thing in a one life event.
Yeah, Partisan just got taken out by mortars. They are taking over that house that was manned fully by Germans, but yeah, it seems like the mortars have ceased now. They can take control of it. I think that's a pretty big house to take a hold of in this area, to be honest. It's a pretty key
Trying to
house.
get his MP42 in position to suppress this Iron 9 squad. As always, these one life events are a lot slower than our competitive matches and sometimes our other style of matches. This is a one-off Realism one life event. This isn't part of a tournament or an ongoing story. It's just made for fun tonight. You can see a lot of the Partisan clan taking some casualties there from the mortar fire that's coming in. So far, a lot of the attention is on IR9 holding this southern bridge crossing, as they've been under pressure from Storm, 7ID, and a few others coming in for the German forces. Remember, there's plenty of time in this. This is, like I said, it's a slower style event. The first objective, they have an hour to take it, and if they take that objective, they get an extra 30 minutes added on to whatever time was left. I don't think we've seen any German wars yet. Be interesting if we see them, or like you said, artillery. Artillery on this bridge would be perfect at this point.
Not sure if that is German mortars or Allied mortars right now.
They have to be allies. I think the only German mortars that I've seen fall were on top of the Partisans' heads, and that's when they got the one team kill. Now, I absolutely agree with this artillery. I still haven't seen artillery from the Germans, and I think it really could make their path way easier if they use it in the right place. Now, I do see that the commander is really far away from the whole team, so maybe that's part of the reason why they haven't been able to call it.
Well, the commander is allowed to use the radio comms, and they have 2 radio men, and if they are still alive, they should be able to call in mortar fire as well as artillery.
So yeah, I feel like this is something that they should be looking to do, but we still haven't seen. I believe we have 60 minutes in the initial match and 30 more minutes per sector capture, right, Alvarez?
Yes, we have. Let me check the timer.
Oh, what is the timer now? How long do they have to capture A?
They have 40 minutes left now.
40
So
minutes
we
left.
have 60 minutes in total. 20 minutes are already over, and if they capture the first sector, they will get another 30 minutes.
Very well. So we got 40 minutes and 2 waves to capture
I know
A
the
so
rules.
far.
I read them.
I think they can still do it. I think they can do it in 40 minutes and with 2 waves.
100%. I just flew over to the German commander. I don't think he actually has a radio man next to him. So that could be a reason why communication is a little bit slow there.
Well, he don't need the radio man to use the radio comms as commander, and he could also call in artillery because he should have his commander car on his position. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, he has it. It seems like what he is doing is directing mortars at the moment. I like the position where they put the mortars. They have like a little mortar nest for the Germans.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I can see now Paper's kind of taken over from IR9. They've moved in their defensive squad. IR9 retreated back, so they're kind of rotating their squads in and out. Kind of cool. I see that. Share the action as well.
Indeed, indeed. And I think the house that the Partisans took over is going to be pretty big. It's a pretty good foothold outside of the city.
Looks very good for the axis right now. They have forces west, north, and east of the objective.
No,
Yeah, I
If they
agree.
can coordinate
Bob.
an attack together at
Why?
the same time, that should be successful.
I agree. Yeah, all the defenders are in the same grid at the moment. And this E8. E8, that's where most of the defenders find themselves at in this little 300-meter square. So if they can move in.
Bob, not Bob.
Maybe there's a communication issue on the German side. I'm not sure where their radio men are right now. but they should have 2 of them close to the front line.
And that's something that from us from above, it's very easy. It's like, come on, just move in. You know, it's really easy for us to see it. But communication when you're boots on ground in this event is very chaotic. It's the only 2 times I've taken a part, I was very tense the whole time. And people do try to communicate, but when somebody gets killed, when a radio man gets killed, stuff does break down a lot of times.
Yep, if you don't have radio comms, you have to send a runner all the time, and often the runner dies on its way to the other squad, and then you know nothing and can't do anything. That makes it very slow.
Yeah, and you gotta account for the fact that people do want to play a little safer for this event, because you know it's just one live, so they're not gonna take as many risks as they might in a public game, but they can just respawn unlimited times.
True. Yeah, you don't want to die in the first 5 minutes to artillery strikes.
363 is advancing in south now, but they got already spotted by the allies.
Yeah, fire from far away from that Browning has been very effective in stopping the 363.
Oh yeah, Pip is doing it very good right now. MG with 2 spotters.
The Gavir division are getting closer though. If they are successful in making this defenders move out of the mouth of the bridge, that would be huge for the forces in the south.
Da ist noch einer weiter, der ist ein bisschen links gewesen, ungefähr 190 Grad.
Kunnen we niet beter burst schieten?
Ik kan nauwelijks meer concentreren.
No defenders left at the
ding
bridge
doorgeven, die
itself
van
right
prut.
now.
En dan wacht je weer even
If
en dan
the
prut.
attackers can clear out the building northwest of the bridge
there you
and
go.
maybe move 1 or 2 players on the bridge, the objective could be considered contested.
Yeah, the allies keep playing quite cautious. They keep retreating once they feel they're getting overwhelmed and pushed. So it's smart by them to do that. Also helps them avoid any mortars or grenades that get thrown on their heads out of nowhere.
I think the Axis mortars are firing right now, but they are too far to the north.
Yeah, a little bit ineffective, landing right in that little lake. I got the prices right
They
for you.
could smoke the building northwest of the bridge with their mortars. Their infantry could just move in. Oh, another allied artillery strike.
Ooh,
That's German.
That's German. Yeah, it's German.
very widespread.
I'm not sure, maybe it's 2 artillery strikes at the same time.
Got 1 kill and a little bit of bleed.
Yeah, that was I'm not sure whose artillery strike was that, you know, because it was close enough to the partisans that I thought maybe they could be targeting them, but it was also close enough to the Iron 9. Not very accurate in any way.
In 2 days, creep mod? Really? In 2 days? 2 days the creep mod comes out? No way. Do you mean the playtest? They're doing a playtest. So we've got a lot of shots being exchanged on both sides now. Philipp. IO9 losing one of them Browning machine guns. That's going to make them lose a lot of firepower that was holding back the German pushes there on the bridge side. Boop, 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 boop.
And it shouldn't have too much of an impact. They have still all M1 Garants. Should be enough of firepower. How you doing, Hinkle? Anyways, good to see you, man. No delay on the stream, so you guys can talk. There's no delay. No delay. See? No delay. Now that is some accurate mortars. Finally.
Yes, they are.
Partisans doing some good suppressive fire now, finally onto the IO9 squad.
Yeah, this is probably the furthest that the Americans have been pushed to the west so far. Little by little, the Germans are gaining ground. However, the defenders still haven't called not even one respawn wave, so they still have many more reinforcements.
I feel we need to give the Germans a tank. They feel out of place not having a tank. Dietrich goes down then. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, Edelweiss on the fire as well. The PIB squad.
A few more people have reinforced the house closer to the bridge. I'm assuming to substitute those that died by the mortars.
No fire.
Correct. IO9 supporting PIB in that closest house to the bridge now. I feel like the Germans need some kind of big impact again. Another artillery barrage, but more accurate. It's going to be so hard to clear these Americans out. The Pope has joined us today.
They need to smoke those two houses, otherwise they won't be able to cross the bridge. The 363 just got pinned down in the south. And it looks like they don't know where to move right now.
This is you. Hello. It's Fuchs? Is that how you say his name? It's a German name. I don't know how to say it. Fuchs from 5 Jebdiv. He's trying to snipe with his little pistol. I respect that.
Nice. And the 363 seem to be making a move, you guys.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
They called a double time on this action, and we'll see how it ends up.
I think the allies don't have eyes on the bridge right now. Maybe the PIB. Oh yeah, they still have an MG watching the bridge.
But the Partisans opening fire now as well, trying to support the 363 as they push forward.
Mortars has fallen on Court. I think it was the leader of 363 on this. Mortars are gonna decimate the 363 if they stay here. Very accurate mortars from the allies today, I have to say, honestly.
Oof.
Because I think they were getting ready to Leroy Jenkins across this bridge, so those mortars took out the vanguard.
Yeah, those mortars working expertly, as expected. It's not looking too good for the Germans. They've lost a lot of lives and they're already on their second respawn wave. I feel like the Partisans need to maybe send a few volunteers out to try get close up.
I agree. I feel like the Partisans, if they were able to move south and disrupt those houses that are guarding the river, the whole German force that's stuck to the south could move north, and maybe we could get something going, but it's easier said than done.
Yeah, maybe draw straws and send out one guy with a grenade, see if we can just get it inside a building.
And if nothing else, the Partisans have to know that there's a big concentration of Germans here. Bring more mortars, bring more accurate artillery here.
Ah, but now the allies are bringing down mortars on the Partisans.
I mean, the Allies' barrages today have been on point, as mortars as well as artillery.
You just hear the thump, and then the of the mortars.
The allies now have also called their first respawn wave, so it's kind of even right now.
Allies have called one respawn wave?
Yep.
Okay. So it is even in that sense.
Mortars, man. Ban them. Ban mortars. Ban them. Ban them.
Oh,
Didn't-
finally some mortars right on the house.
Oh yeah,
Now
well
we
placed
have
mortars as
Axis
well.
forces very close
Ooh,
to
there
the
we go.
bridge, and no allied forces close to it. So I would consider the objective contested. If they hold it for like 5 to 10 minutes, they will capture it.
So Alvarez, usually in these sectors, there's like an intersection or a crossroad. That's the main focus. That if it's said like if you capture this crossroads, you basically have the sector. Is there anything like this here? Is it this bridge?
Yeah, it is this bridge. If you look on the map, it's basically the circle where the letter, I think it's A in the sector.
I
where the
see.
letter A is inside.
I see it very well.
Yeah, you have to clear out the sector, or at least have a lot more friendly forces in the sector than enemy forces. And if that's the case, a timer is started, and after 10 minutes, the sector is considered captured.
And they are getting there because most of the allies are further north, and the 363 has made it across the bridge with their huge balls.
Oh yeah, it's good right now. If the partisans keep the pressure on the allied forces in the house, the 363 can maybe hold that position at the bridge.
If they can hold this position at the mouth of the bridge and keep getting reinforcements from the south, this could look very good for the Germans. And if this is the main contest point, they do have a lot of people around it.
Yeah, they do want to spread out a little bit though, because all it takes is that one mortar, and then it's all over. Gotta restart.
Indeed.
Hoffner bravely. Pardon me. You can see that heavy machine gun fire. Trying to pin them on the bridge, but slowly the Allies have been pushed back. You can see the big reinforcement wave. It looks like the reinforcements are starting to arrive now for the Allies. They've pulled more forces forward. You can see more Americans coming to join the battle for this bridge.
Artillery.
It would be the
That'd be
perfect
great
time.
from the Germans. Yeah, it would.
Frogfoot. I like that name. And Mario, wow! I didn't know Chris Pratt was taking part in this event.
Allies got lots of reinforcements, but
hell?
they're all pushing from the same direction. And I think they can't reach the bridge as long as partisans are firing from the hotel building in the north.
I can't overstate how much I love that the partisans took over this building over here. I still find it to be absolutely key in everything that they're trying to get accomplished.
Yeah, and they took it relatively free. They just waited for the IR-9 squad to move out, and they just walked right in.
Yeah, basically, the IR-9 did just leave the building. Thought it wasn't important enough, but it's actually biting them in the ass a little bit, because it is them who's putting fire behind enemy lines.
A little bit of a calm. Here comes the mortars. It's hard to tell whose mortars those are. I feel like they're German mortars. Oh, artillery.
I hear artillery. On our partisans.
They won't be budged.
Luckily, they're okay. They're tough. Oh no, we have a few allies that have snuck all the way to the south.
Yeah, but they already got spotted by the Axis.
Very good.
Yeah. 363 have done a little bit of push. They're trying to take this first building next to the bridge, but they've got a little bit of friendly fire landed on them. A lot of friendly fire landed on them. Oh no.
Unlucky, the two people that were further up from the 363 got team killed by mortars.
Yep. They almost made it.
And I see we have another respawn wave from the Germans. They don't want to lose any time. They don't want to lose the foothold that they got on this bridge. They're coming straight down again.
So is that their second or
That means
third?
they have only,
It's the
it's the
second.
second.
Okay.
So they have only one respawn wave left for the other two sectors.
So the partisans kind of need to keep the allies busy at this point while they wait for further reinforcements to come.
I go.
Oh my god, what has happened in this room?
Anyone else need ammo?
What is happening here? Medic! Medic!
Nee, ik snap het best.
Jesus.
Moet je toch zeggen waar je het ziet. Er zit een
Bowpack is just a leg now. So yeah, we had a few Ion 9 trying to sneak across the river. They tried to get behind the attackers, but they were found. You see Boba Fett over here, along with Internoto and Boost Gamer. They was able to hold back that little incursion that was trying to get behind their lines. I want to see a German artillery now. It's been too long. We need a German artillery. Now. Be perfect.
Mortars are waiting to receive the Germans once they get to this bridge.
Yeah, hail of mortars following to both sides. Germans done a good job though. They've made sure the Ion 9 guys can't push forward towards the bridge again. They've kept them trapped in those houses. Partisans and PIB exchanging machine gun fire. They just keep shooting at each other's buildings. Ooh, that was a beautiful shot then. Achtung! What does that mean? Hopefully it's nothing bad. Does it mean my god? .363 have returned. They're slowly making their way. They're split into two groups. I like that. Flanking from both sides.
Yeah, and there we got an MG from the 5 Gift Division as well, putting on fire on that first house that's closer to the bridge. Almost, yeah, it's actually empty of Americans at the moment.
Yeah, Ion 9 remaining soldiers decided to fall back. Was under a lot of fire. A lot of Achtungs being shouted on the inside. And they've fallen back. That means if the partisans can keep up their pressure onto the further back house, it will allow 363 to move into this first closest house and then secure the bridge.
I know, it was a trifle between partisans.
Doesn't matter, they've done it.
Very good. Yeah, there's really no Germans that close to the bridge itself. It's nothing but allies close to the bridge, and you can't really say that I'm getting confused. The allies don't have a hold of the bridge at all.
Yeah.
It is the Germans who do.
And the allies are kind of in a tough position now. They're going to have to fall back while under fire from machine guns on all angles. They're going to lose a lot of lives here, potentially.
Yeah, they have 5 minutes time to pull back in the next sector. If they can't do it in this 5 minutes, they have to respawn.
And yeah, we see the exodus. Everybody moving up north. Like Yazoo said, they're gonna get shot in the back on the way. And the next point to capture.
Yo, thank you for the follow.
This is the bridge up there, basically where that MSP location is, right?
Yeah, that's right. The northern MSP location.
Next objective?
Very good.
I think the allies plan to build their first line of defense
B.
south of the trench system, so south of southern MSP. But now it's kind of a race. If the Axis manage to be quicker at the second objective than the allies can,
so B is the next objective.
Huge advantage.
Right.
We'll fly over that right now.
It's kind of like a race. See who gets there first. If the Germans could get there really fast, it would be a huge advantage. But we do see the allies with at least with a vehicle or two to get up there.
But the bulk of the allied forces are still in the A sector.
Yes, they are.
So what is the count on the respawn wave so far?
The allies have used their first respawn wave, and the Axis have used 2 respawn waves.
Okay. So this is really where the Axis need to capitalize quickly, because they are at a disadvantage here. I wish I knew German.
And the allies have just called a second respawn wave.
So we're 2 apiece. I like it.
They used the southern MSP, so I think they will take their position in the trench lines.
I love how the partisans are still in that house and they've still got their machine guns firing. I love it. I mean, why give up a comfortable dry position? Eggman and Mr. Sauce leading the charge. Go Eggman. Remember, Twitch Prime. It's sub-September. 20% off. I can't play the music because I'll get copyright on YouTube. I could edit it out. Come on, Eggman. Eggman. Tell us. What do your egg eyes see? The Allies are retreating back to the Great Bridge. Oh my god. Jesus, Eggman with his egg eyes. I was here making fun of them. But Jesus, they just double tapped Marius. Oh. What was that? That was a good 100 meters. Yo, Dommy, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. You joined us at a good time. We're casting a one live event using the EUF Realism Mod. We've got a bunch of clans involved. We've got Storm, Ion 9, 363 VD, RIP, PIB. Did I miss anyone? 7ID, the 5 Gib Div. Appreciate you dropping by. Welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay. Like I said, this is a one live event. It's a little bit slower pace than the competitive gameplay you've seen me cast in the past. It's a lot slower.
Okay, right now we have 45 minutes on the clock, and each side or both sides have one respawn wave left. So I think now it's a matter of patience. the faction who can wait longer to call their last respawn wave will win this game.
So you
You
just
said
heard God.
45 minutes?
Yep.
45 minutes left. You heard it there.
Well,
You just
as you
heard God.
said, they are forming a huge defense line in the trenches, but I feel like if the Germans were, you know, like smart enough, they just try to go around the trenches. They're not gonna try to go through them.
Well, the sector B is very I don't know the word in English. I think it's thin, or they can't they can't make a huge flank to west or east because in the west the sector ends very
Good
close
raid
to
as
the,
always.
to
At this
the
time.
word Polder de Mars.
I'll look
I
after
see,
them,
I
Dommy.
see.
I hope you had a
And in
good
the east they
stream.
have a
Seems like you
river
did.
Mars.
Appreciate it as always.
Well,
Let me
they
know what
can-
you're
East can be
playing.
easily covered from the
How your day
trenches.
was.
Alright.
And in the west they have now also positioned a squad in the open fields. So they have sight on the whole area the Axis could use to
You can hear Mr. Pro talking,
approach.
and
It would be
he's
really
also
hard for them
casting
to get to
state.
this
and
east bank
Alves,
by the river.
He's the admin.
But right now, I feel like that would be their best bet to try to hug the river and move up without being seen. But like you said, they do have squads making sure that that doesn't happen. They're really well spread out here for this defense. It's going to be tough. Because I forgot they can't actually walk outside their
Damn.
sectors to flank.
But right now it looks like the Axis wants to attack on the whole front line because we have strong forces in the west, forces in the center, and also forces in the east.
We can get some World War I trench warfare. I like it.
I think they will perform their main attack in the west over the open plains and support that by heavy mortar fire on the trench system. They already started their mortar fire on the eastern end of the trench system. And they inflict some casualties.
I know the game. I've played it like on one of the old Xboxes, I feel. Awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. And yeah, you just watch memes. Hey, that's the best kind of stream. Just chill out, have fun, play what you want. Oh no. He was wearing a red cross? That's a war crime, surely. He was just trying to do his duties. Poor medic. Medic down. Damn. This is some really accurate German mortars to begin the match. They've got 5 kills already, and it just keeps going up. Maybe that's 6 now. Maybe that's 7.
Because they lay down mortar fire on the trench system and west of east to it because it's the most obvious defending position for the allies.
Cancel to
So
why
if I would
play
have been
boys armor.
the allied commander, I
Nice.
would have built my first line of defense south of the trench system and not into it.
Yeah, Arma has a lot of community events like this. This is like a realism event, a one life event, a lot slower pace, more focused on tactics, teamwork, organization. And it's cool that the community comes together, and this is all modded content. A lot of the things you've seen in front of you, it's all been slightly modified from the base game using the SDK, the software development kit, whatever it's called, to make it more immersive, to make it more supportive of what the community in some aspects want to do. I want to see a Stuka just machine gun along the trench line. Right along. The main bulk of the German forces are taking their time, though. They're in no hurry to rush forward. I mean, I guess who would be? You don't want to die.
No, so you gotta be careful now. They've used so many 2 of the respawn waves to capture the first objective. They definitely have to take it even slower than before.
Exactly.
Mr. Sauce and Enigma right now, the closest players.
His name is Eggman.
Eggman? Okay.
Eggman. He's just gonna have to change his name to Eggman. That's just how it's gonna be. Enigma needs to change his name to Eggman.
There's lots of German infantry moving further into the west, and there are only
Ligma.
2 riflemen
Ligma.
in the west.
Ligma Eggman.
Allied riflemen.
Those
So
mortars
if the
again.
Axis is quick enough, they can maybe
Oh,
push them out there, surround them, and get courage.
Oh!
These mortars,
For the Allies to pull back the defense line.
these mortars are insane. I don't know how they're being so accurate. Like they're running away, and like the mortar lands right where they're running to.
That was what it's like. Ants trying to run away, and just no matter where they ran, boom.
Yes, yes. And I think this is why they're taking a while, because they are literally decimating. You gotta remember, these are realism events. If they kill enough, they will have to call another respawn wave to defenders. So this is very smart. Very, very smart.
So-
They know they have time.
They were like ants. I was like, I'll run this way, boom. Shit, run that way, boom. Oh no.
They haven't even shown their faces here, and half of the forces in the trenches are gone.
Oh, that was just hilarious. I feel bad for them being killed like that, but my god, that was hilarious. Just watching them run in different directions, and no matter where they ran, mortar, mortar, mortar. Lost like a psycho. Hey, man. It just reminded me of ants just trying to run away. And I'm God, pushing down on them with like a spyglass. You know, the sun. Trying to melt them.
Looks good for the Axis. They had very heavy losses in the beginning, but right now
I'm not
the
psycho.
kills are nearly
Let me
even.
just clarify. I'm not a psychopath. Twitch Prime. Do we have any
2
primers
more
in
for
chat?
the Allies.
I'm not a psychopath.
And that's an important thing too, because if the Axis can't capture all the sectors, they can still achieve victory by getting more kills than the enemy team.
Ja, neem een medic.
Waar is onze medic?
Die is dood denk ik. Ik zit net nog hierbij. Was hier bezig denk ik.
No, get away! Get away from there! Why did you come back? No way! Oh, I feel so bad for them. Pib losing 6 of their members to
I just saw one
squads.
mortar take out like
Mars.
3 or 4 people. Absolutely ridiculous with the mortars this round.
I told you it would be World War I warfare. Just immense PTSD after this. Just mortars. I mean, what do you do? Okay, what you do
I
if you're...
think prior to the match, one of the Allied, the Axis commanders did say something like, if the mortars are good, they can get like 20% of our kills. But right now it looks like they get even more kills.
Would you say that this squad, the 363, is flanking outside the sector, Alvarez?
Ja, jullie kunnen dat blijven.
Let me check. I
They're
think
on
they're
the
very close
west.
to the border.
Actually, they're right on the line. They're right on the line.
Okay, I go terrorize the streamers.
So I'm looking at the map, and the line's like
Thank you
literally
very
right
much.
outside this pole there, the Mars
You have a good day.
wording. And they're like literally right on that line.
I would say that's okay. But they are not allowed to move further to the west.
No, not further west. They're literally on the line. I'm looking at the map,
Think
and
next
they
time,
are.
man.
They know their boundaries. And this could be huge for them. I don't know if the Princess Irene Brigade members know about them.
I think they're still a little bit shell-shocked after those mortars. Poor guy.
I'm still shell shocked.
I'm not a psycho. Lesman. Get the first
I
one.
think they
leading
know
forward.
that there is something in the west, but I
do.
haven't seen them yet.
They smell it. They smell the strong tobacco.
But right now they have their eyes south.
Ooh.
The Germans are pushing.
Oh, it's a worse. They're going to pick a worse time to move outside their position, and the 363 going to pick a better time to peek out. Holy crap.
And now the Germans need to be quick. They have forces in the west
they
and in
do.
the south, and they can
They've just completely wiped out
if
what was
they
remaining
get
of
quick
PIB.
enough now to north, northeast. They can surround the whole enemy defensive line.
Most of the bodies that are in the trench are cold
Only
ones.
Pope left from that squad.
So it is the time, unless the Allies... I'm surprised they haven't called a respawn wave yet. Maybe they will want to fight in a different sector too. That's an option. They could give them this sector and just retreat to a different one, right?
Yeah,
Yes, it would be good for them. The bridge is easier to defend.
that's what
I
would do.
really think at this point, yeah, I wouldn't really call a respawn wave and try to remand this. I just go to the next one.
Yeah. Go on, Pope. Dodge them
I
bullets.
think the Allied commander doesn't really want to fight over a bridge because it's kind of boring. So I think they will try to end the match in this sector, even if that means they will lose it. But let's see.
We got Chris Pratt.
But we gotta remember that even if the Germans capture
On
the
the
trenches,
mortars?
that's not the objective to be captured for this sector. It's the objective is further north in the bridge, right?
Yep, it's where the Northern German MSP is located right now.
In British uniform. Wait, he's got an Enfield? Oh my god. Got an Enfield in British uniform. I didn't know. I think the Germans mortars have made up for themselves after the first wave.
They really have. I thought it was really smart. They knew they were going to be in the trenches, so they shelled the whole
I lived a
position,
little bit.
and now they're slowly moving in. I think it was genius.
I lived a little bit ago. Thank you for... You wanna see my weight? Get out of there, Pope!
Third respawn wave.
It's a death trap. My god. There's not going to be anything left of the sector after these mortars.
And yeah, those trenches have been of zero use to the Americans, to be honest. If anything, it's made their situation worse by manning them.
Defenders have just called their last respawn wave.
See, and they're all spawning, and let's see where they move. I'm curious if they are indeed going to go north or if they're going to try to go south and try to stop the infantry, the advancing infantry.
Boba Fett and Boost Gamer actually broke through on the north side. They just killed Chris Pratt. That was the last defender on the north, so no defenders currently in the north for the Allies.
They killed Chris Pratt?
Yeah, Mario.
Yeah, and I was saying no more Mario.
Yeah, it's Chris Pratt, didn't you know?
I did. Some people are salty about it.
It's Italian phobia, if you ask me. Look at these mortars. KKK. I agree. Here you go. I agree. Pope the only one alive from Pib? Pope, you're not in a good place. I want Pope to move. He's the only one left alive from PIB, from Wave 2, and he's not in a good spot. ZOB? Brazil!
Defenders are splitting their forces right now. One of the infantry squads have moved northwest of the MSP. Looks like they want to fall back to the objective. A few more men, I think it's the rest of the platoon headquarters squad, is moving back to the range line to support their commander.
I can't get it. The mortars are just getting to me now.
I see what you're saying. We do have a few members coming south, a few moving north, a few staying in the middle, and the 363 still moving up undetected and flanking. Gotta keep an eye on them. As of right now, there is only one attacking squad and one defending squad, so anything could happen.
Oh my god. There's another mortar triple kill. Mortars
the
really
defenders
are a
already
war
know that there are Germans in the west of objective, because the PIP detected them in the west of the trenches and they have respawned at the MSB, so they might have told it to their other infantry squads. But now they are moving back south, so...
I'll say, so far I don't see anybody moving west. As a matter of fact, they are leaving this area even more unattended. Right now, it's ripe for the 363 to take.
Nikolausi. Oh,
And
trying
the
to retreat
363
there.
Volksgrenadier, you guys. I don't know if you guys seen him play often, but they have such a good discipline and troop movement around the map. It's impressive. That's probably why they're able to pull something like this right now.
Okay, the 5 GIB division moving in on the southernmost side. Nope, we've not seen for a while. German artillery. Where is it? I want it. Wait, is Fusion still alive? Heanson's still alive. No, that's a bug. That's his body from ages ago. But yeah, German artillery right now, right on the center. That would be devastating for the remaining defenders who have held out. The north is pretty much empty. No one's battling over the north at this point.
I wonder if all these Germans that are running south at the moment, as soon as they hear that there is a squad trying to capture the objective, are they all going to have to run back up north? And that's going to take a while.
Maybe.
Having said that, most of the Germans are still south, so if the 363 fails, that's it's going to take him a while to build this momentum back up again.
Meanwhile, these mortars got another double kill.
My goodness.
And another double kill.
Now let's remember, this is the last respawn wave for the defenders, correct?
Yes.
Yep, that's correct.
And they're
I
being...
think the Germans still have one respawn wave left. Is that right?
Wow. Yeah. They did not even have to call one respawn wave for to get rid of the trench infantry. Very impressive, honestly, on the Germans. Very well played.
I think that mortars have absolutely carried them on this second sector.
Absolutely agree. And I'm still looking at the 363 who are slowly approaching the objective, and there's only one defender.
Oh no, Pope died. I just saw Pope just got killed. I think a one life event is the only game mode where I actually want to play mortars. They're so boring in public play, but in a one life, you can just sit back, press a button.
It is boring to do mortars, but it is so, like, helpful in this game. And they have sent Cord from the 363 as a proven force, and the one man that was defending is not there anymore. There are 0 Americans defending this next point of interest. That's kind of crazy.
Yep, and now the Axis is in control of the point. They have to hold it for like 5 to 10 minutes, depending on if the Allies try to pull back or not. And
Indeed. And we see more Germans pushing from the south, which is gonna intensify the shooting down there, thus distracting them a bit. I like what's happening.
I don't think the Allies are going to have anything left to fall back with. It's such a good move by the German team right now.
And if they try to fall back, if they fall back north, they will get shot by the Germans at the bridgehead. They can only fall back over the ponton bridge in the east. And even then they will be good target.
I'm honestly surprised and disappointed that the Americans didn't leave any defenders here at all. Like not 1 or 2, like somebody, because this is exactly what can happen. This is the perfect example why. And as a matter of fact, the 363 has captured a jeep.
Yep, MSP jeep.
awesome.
But I think that's there was a
Artillery
communication
on
issue
the south.
defender side, so they didn't recognize that they surrounded the west.
You guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. You're a legend, man. That what? So the good artillery there by the Allied commander. It did take out a lot of Germans, but I don't think it's going to be enough at this point.
It's really not. And like you said, how are they going to get back to the next objective or the next sector, which is C, when there are already Germans holding the bridge? It's going to be impossible. And they have no more respawn waves, so it's not like they have the spare manpower to respawn on the other side. This could be checkmate.
Keine Mörser mehr, die ja nichts mehr.
Okay, 40. Ich steh mal kurz auf.
40 im Nahbereich.
Das ist jetzt gehalten, die Lafette, cool.
Alvarez, do you let them know when the Allies or when the Germans are starting to cap, or would you just let them when it's capped?
Yep, I let them know when it's capped. But
Okay.
I think I will call that they captured the objective now, because the allies don't even know that there are enemy forces and they.
And I guarantee somebody's gonna complain, but it's like you have 0 people. You have 0 people defending the objective. Oh!
Oh, team kill.
Oh, team kill, really? Oh, no, this mortar
Very
needs to
nice.
stop right now.
He got bored killing Americans. Time to switch it up.
Uh-oh, this mortars. Maybe if they were a little further south, just to prevent the Allies from remanning their position. I'm really curious to see their reaction now.
Most of them are not aware that the capture points on the bridgehead are not the trench system, but the squad leaders definitely know it.
I think most of them are dead anyway. And now that they're starting the retreat already, and
Oh yeah, and they're all moving northwards now, and they
Yeah.
will get shot by the Germans at the bridge.
what's
Yes,
left of them anyway?
Allies.
There's only about
Yeah,
15.
what's left of them? They are surrounded. They're in a very bad position in the middle of a field, having to cross a bridge.
Look at the southeast. There is Sturm infantry pushing
Mhm.
along the shore of the river, and if they are fast enough, they can even cut off their retreating route over the
Yep.
mountain bridge.
It's basically leaving them stranded on this sector.
Yeah, and the bridge soldiers are already firing. A couple are going down already. Oh, friendly fire! So, I
So the
believe.
driver of that Jeep got stabbed, but he did kill somebody with a grenade.
Yeah, but that was their commander. So the Allies not only are they out of waves now, they don't have a commander to call in any assets.
Grimmer and grimmer for the Allies as every minute passes.
Well, the allies still have a commander, but he's directly running towards the Sturm infantry. Sturm
Oh,
infantry.
that's the. I thought Volkswagen was.
And Sturm's about to intercept all this this whole flock of Americans.
Oh, ho, ho.
There it is.
Go on, Pingu. Zico goes down as he's trying to do a flank storm, beautifully intercepting these the retreating soldiers here. Boba Fett might go down, he might bleed out there, hit by a few grenades. Eggman
Only
holding
two
up the
people
bridge.
alive from the few Americans that were trying to make it, maybe 3 that were trying to cross the pontoon bridge. And as Alvarez predicted, they got cut off.
Yeah.
But the Germans at the bridgehead were not able to hold their positions, and the allies are pushing them back now.
And that was 4 Storm against 9 allies.
Yep.
And they only suffered one casualty, that being Boba Fett. That was pretty devastating.
Yeah, I don't think this Allied squad had any idea that we were about to get shot from the south. They never saw him coming. Not even Finn in the Willy Jeep can make it.
But the allies have to hurry up now. They have only 2 minutes left to pull back over the main bridge into Sector C.
And they were able to take out all the Germans that were that captured their previous Sector B at the bridge. So at least they'll be able to cross the main bridge now. I see one full squad of the Princess Irene Brigade.
Eggman
Yeah,
trying to
maybe
finish
about
off.
2.5 squads worth of infantry, the Americans, and the Germans still have one full respawn wave, which is scary. Yeah, Boba Fett has been revived, so nothing happened.
It's just a flesh wound.
Oh yeah, does time need to be added to the timer? Because it says 16 minutes.
No, I think it's over in 1 minute. Because the allies are not even close to Sector C.
I see.
Ooh, Eggman with a big grenade there. Almost finishes off Phillips. The MG getting in position. Phillips goes down. Pingu, the only one alive. Poor Pingu. Come on, Pingu. Don't move. Don't move, Pingu. The wolves. They have you surrounded. Keep your head down. Little penguin, keep your head down. The Arctic wolves. They're hunting, they're prowling. Eggman, he's thirsty for blood and flesh. Look at him. Look at him. Ruthless. Brand power moving in. And not a single casualty to the storm, guys. That was pretty impressive.
Indeed.
Okay, so we're on to the final objective, chat. I'll bring up the map so you can see it. Bum, 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 bum. That is C, all the way up there. The final one, C, up north. What remaining Allied forces there are, they have to get across the bridge and defend the town before the Allies capture it.
I think they got questions for you, Alvarez.
So let's do a head count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Only 15 allies were alive. As Storm crossed the bridge.
Okay, that's it.
And that's it. The allies won. I gotta mute it just so I can talk now. That's
So
it.
to clarify, when Sector B was captured by the Axis side, the allies had to fall back into Sector C. And they have 5 minutes. Oh, sorry.
No, that makes sense to me, to be honest, Alvarez. Yeah.
I just need to quit the game because they are all complaining.
Yeah. No, even if people complain, it makes sense because I mean, how is the game not going to be over if they can't get to the defending sector? They weren't going to be able to, you know?
I'm going to deafen myself quickly. Because this is for YouTube now. YouTube, if you like this video, as always, remember to like, remember to subscribe. Appreciate Mr. Pro being here to co-cast with me, and Alviz for being the admin and showing us and giving us a little guidance through this one live event. Links to those guys and any relevant things are in the description if you want to join this event or check out Mr. Pro. Links will be there. But yeah, as always, remember to like, subscribe, and I will see you next time, YouTube. Take care. Much love. And remember to drop by the Twitch at twitch.tv/the_Yazoo. Bye-bye.